So in this video, I'm going to talk about what are the easiest sectors to recruit in. And this is a good question. And it's a question I had via email, actually. And I want to answer it and I want to give you my thoughts into it because there's nothing wrong with trying to find the easiest way to do something. Yeah. There is no sector I'm going to mention in this video where you're going to say, oh, okay, I'm going to recruit for that. Because it will very quickly become uneasy. Yeah. And it'll become unsaturated. It takes a few hours of market research to actually find what sector is good. I'll give you some techniques. Yeah. You can find all of this out yourself within 1 or 2 hours, in probably less than that. So you don't even need to watch this video in order to actually find it. I'll give you a few techniques. Number one, go to Google and find out how many agencies are operating for a specific job title, sector, or niche. So if you start off with, let's say in the back of your mind, most people just pick a generic niche, yeah? And they say IT. Okay, I want to recruit IT. Okay, how many IT agencies are there? There's loads. That is not an easy sector, yeah? Number one, you can't take market share from people that have been established for years, long-standing relationship with clients. Highly unlikely, yeah? Because you don't have much candidates or you're growing your business. Would it be easier to take market share from JavaScript developers only? So go into Google and find out how many recruitment agencies just recruit JavaScript developers. You can even make it smaller by going to a geographic location. So you can say, I only recruit JavaScript developers in London. Yeah, that could be another niche why you can kind of have a specialism. Because, okay, great, they must do something different to attract only people in London. And our business is recruiting in London. So that makes sense to, hire this company rather than someone that's on the other side of the country and doesn't know the market. You can say you do meetup events, etc. And you can also do that. Yeah. Going back to JavaScript developers now. Go into Google and say JavaScript developers in London, recruitment agencies. How many are there? Oh, there's 600. Damn. That's a bit too much still. So go in and specialize. And this is a bad example, but it gives you an idea of what I'm trying to say. JavaScript developers, or you can say senior JavaScript developers. Okay, there's only 12 agencies that recruit senior JavaScript developers. Go into Indeed or LinkedIn and see how many jobs there are for seniors. Okay, great. There's only, I don't know, 400 jobs. Great. That's actually a good sector. Will that job, will that market be satisfactory? Is there a demand for it? Potentially. Would the company rather just use a generic IT agency or someone that just recruits only JavaScript developers, senior ones? So it gives you an idea of what makes it easier. So if there's less companies recruiting in it, there must also be a demand for it. So it's supply and demand. What you don't want to do is have no demand, but a lot of supply of agencies. Yeah. What you want is a low supply and a high demand. That will equate to you becoming or having an agency in an easy sector. I've mentioned before some niches. An example is like occupational therapists. There's not much agency specializing in that, but there's a lot of jobs. So typically, it's just an umbrella of a healthcare or a social care agency, and they just recruit for those jobs. I think there's demand in the market for smaller agencies, more niche. Clients love niche agencies. If I have an agency and I'm recruiting, I can be a way better recruiter. Yeah. And this is just the way it goes. I can be a way better recruiter, have a bigger, more established company, a massive database. And if I'm pitching against someone that has a niche agency, yeah, they are going to probably win the business if the client has to pick one. Probably they'll give us both the jobs. But clients having a niche or a specialism holds so much weight. Yeah. And you might think, okay, if the market's small, I'm just recruiting for one job. I'm not saying recruit for one job forever. Break into the market. Yeah. Grab your clients. Move into other markets. Let's say you started with just senior JavaScript developers. Okay, great. You've actually got 4 or 5 clients now because they like that you're a niche. You're starting to recruit for them. Let's say you made 1 or 2 placements. I'm not talking, oh, how am I going to make 500k if I'm only recruiting one job? Fine. Yeah. 6 months later, your client's got a job for a junior and you manage to find one. You ring them up and you say, oh, by the way, I've got a junior JavaScript developer. I can do you the same fee I'm charging now. Do you want to see their CV? It just naturally happens. And then you progress and your agency evolves. Don't start off with, we're recruiting for everything. You look like a lemon. Yeah. In actual fact, you look like a lemon. Oh, we recruit, I'll go on some websites and it's like, we recruit healthcare, cleaners, security guards. And I'm like, how can you recruit for all of them? And you look on LinkedIn, it's one guy doing it with no experience in recruitment. Clients can see that. They're not stupid. They'll think, wow, like this company's been registered 2 months and they're not a specialist. Yeah. They're a jack of all trades. I'm genuinely saying, I potentially, this could be make or break for your agency. Pick a small, tiny niche, break into the market, learn how recruitment works, build your database. It will evolve naturally. Don't force it, let it happen. In terms of what I'm saying, in terms of evolving, yeah, if you start off in perm, naturally you'll start winning temp business from your clients. If you start off with one specialist job, yeah, if you're just recruiting, I don't know, senior support staff, they'll naturally give you, oh, by the way, can you help us find a home care manager? Yeah. The merit, the weight it holds to run a micro niche agency. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. Micro niche agencies. And there are sectors where you can build definitely 6 figures from one job title. I've done it. In fact, if you quantify it, yeah, it's possible. Where it also is very, very good is there's a lot of untapped business that isn't advertised as well in the small niches. Yeah, companies don't necessarily advertise because the niches are small. And if you go on and you want to start doing the big fees, you want to start recruiting CEOs, that's an expert niche. I'll give you an example. A managing director, yeah, I recruit managing directors that specialize in manufacturing. Yeah, 100%, I will look that up. That is the best niche I've probably ever said. Yeah. And I guarantee there's a demand for chief execs, managing directors in engineering only. Yeah. You obviously have to learn your market, because if you talk to other staff members or stakeholders within that business, or you're speaking to the chairman, he wants to make sure you know about the business. Yeah. Those are things you need to think. Don't be a typical recruiter. I'm going to start an IT agency. Don't. Please, for the love of God, the easiest agencies to start are niche, micro niche agencies. So I hope you found some value in this video, and I hope it genuinely helped you and gave you something to think about. Go into Google, go into Indeed, look things up, and genuinely, it's not rocket science. You must just find where the agency's need is in the market. It's all supply and demand. On one side, genuinely, you need, I keep saying genuinely, sorry, you need to find there's no supply of agencies, but there's a demand. There's 600 jobs in the market and there's 4 agencies doing it, and they're not doing it well. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Specialize and stand out. That's what I say. So hope you enjoyed the video. I love you all and take care.